Good morning, happy Monday. This video is dedicated to Yeshעיה, Shalom, and Yצחק. Wow, so it's a little rainy day, but I love any type of weather. I, Baruch Hashem, adopted that. If it's raining, if the sun is shining, if it's snowing, it's all God's beautiful nature. So we're embracing anything and everything. So I want to get into, before continuing anything, it's so important to know, what are we even doing here? What am I doing here? What are we learning? What are we preaching? Where are we trying to get to? And it gets down to truth. Truth is extremely important. Some people, they haven't adopted yet a lifestyle that truth is important. They're comfortable in the lies. Unfortunately, most of the world is very comfortable in the lies because it's hard. It's hard to get the truth, because truth sometimes hurts. It hurts, but it sets you free. It's like someone that has an employee in their business or a partner that is stealing from them, and when someone wants to tell them, by the way, you have a serious problem in your business, someone is taking your money, and it was like, it's too much for me to handle, please don't come and tell me these things anymore. A person like that would look like a fool, that would be very foolish. But by facing the truth, it really hurts. They trusted someone, and that person betrayed them. But by knowing the truth, they can now move forward in a way where they solve that problem. So, truth seeking is really the only way to be free in this world and be able to be above pain, above circumstances. It doesn't matter where you are in life. If you're connected to truth, it's a good journey. The journey is fun and exciting. So what is the first truth that I want to talk about, just to get started with, is we need to know that we are not our bodies. We are a neshama. We are a spiritual being. We are a spiritual essence that's here in this world within a body. What does that mean? It means that even though our neshama, our higher consciousness, knows a deeper truth, we're limited. We're limited. We're in a constricted consciousness, because that's how God designed the world. I don't know all the answers, but whatever I know, I'll try to share. So we're constricted of knowing the truth. Now, even though we're on this world and we're constricted, we can still elevate our consciousness to a higher level. And that's the whole spiritual journey, is to keep elevating yourself day by day by day. Now, just as a by the way, guilt doesn't come into the picture. I know in religion, a lot of people are run by guilt. A lot of people have been brought up that everything is guilt. You should do it because, either God is going to punish you, or, if you have to do this and that in order to be a Jew, or... but the way I see it is, as long as you're elevating yourself, you're getting better every single day. At least you're trying to be better than you were yesterday. Then you're on the right path. Like, God holds nothing against you. But if you turn your back to God, you're like, I'm fine with the lies, I'll just live the lie. And a lot of them, they'll be like, my rabbi said it's okay, so I don't really care. I'll just come up to Olam Shalemes and be like, my rabbi said it was okay, my teacher, my dad. But, you can't fool God. We mentioned that already in the past. You can't fool God. So truth is important. And the number one truth that people need to know and understand is that most of the things that the way we see it is not real. It's not the truth, because we're constricted. Especially now with technology and movies and videos and Instagram, and our mind is downloading so many things, and we would think that it's the truth, that this is what it is. People with the private jets are very happy, and the people that own houses are very happy, and the people that have nice cars are cool. But most of the times, if you really dig in, people are suffering. That's a fact. Most people are suffering. Unless a person elevates its consciousness to be above suffering, which is a whole talk for itself, how to do that. But unless a person doesn't elevate his consciousness, he's going to suffer in this world. It doesn't matter how much money he has, it doesn't matter what type of possessions he has acquired, because the das, the consciousness, sees things in a delusional way and keeps us in prison. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point of a minna. That's what I'm trying to bring out. To elevate consciousness to the truth, and the truth sets us free. I know I'm saying a lot of things here and there, which each sentence can be a full podcast for itself. There's so much to learn. So with that said, let's continue. The second manner in which a person who has betuchen is superior to the alchemist. So we've been talking about, back in the day, the best job, the most secure job, according to what the eye sees, was being an alchemist and building swords and knives and tools. Was the best type of work a person could have. And the author is explaining how a person that has emina and betuchen, trust, is way, way calmer than the person that has the best job, that's quote unquote keeping a person secure. So the second manner in which a person who has betuchen is superior to the alchemist needs to perform certain actions and procedures in order to produce the silver and gold, and cannot reach his goal without them. Additionally, it is possible that the flames and the smoke that he inhales will cause him to die as a result of his working constantly and spending long amounts of time toiling with them day in and night. So he says that even though it's the best job and it's the most secure job, it has an impact on the health of a person that is busy playing with fire and smoke and melting metals and working with hammers to shape. So it's not as good as we think. Just like anything in life, it's not as good as it looks like from the outside. Conversely, a person who trusts in God is secure from any misshapes in the present, and also feels secure that no bad will happen to him in the future. This is because he believes anything that happens to him is from God and will therefore be a cause of joy and happiness. His sustenance will come to him in a restful, calm, and peaceful manner. The person that believes in God, he knows he's being taken care of no matter what, and he'll be taken care of in a restful, peaceful manner. So also you hear a lot from people when you talk to people. They're like, oh, I don't like my job, I don't like this, I have this problem. It's like, okay, so why don't you change? Oh, I can't change, I have to, I'm there. And I pinpointed the word I have to. Like in Yiddish, chmiz. People like chmiz. You understand, you don't have to do nothing. The misnish tin gunisht. Okay? Possibilities are endless. God can provide to you in endless ways. Which the Cipher speaks a little further up, and that I'm just bringing out that point that every person is bashet how much money he's going to make that year. People are delusional and think that they're going to work harder and take more jobs, that they're going to make more money. But maybe the more jobs a person takes, maybe the extra toil that he can't really handle is going to cause him to lose money somewhere and take away profit from the one that he was going to make money. The point is that you end up with the same amount. If a person is supposed to make this year $100,000, that's how much money he's going to make. Doesn't matter what he's going to do. All extra work is going to be for nothing. That's why it's very important to critically think in general in life, but I'm talking about when it comes to livelihood, making money, very critically think, how much effort should I be putting in? How much effort should I be putting into this? Yeah, because money is not everything. Because people work with the illusion that when I get rich, life is going to be good. But life is going to be exactly the same. You're just going to have money. You're still going to have to deal with everything. And you're going to have to deal with your money. Managing money is something that people don't think about when they say they want to be a millionaire and a billionaire. Managing money is a huge job. It's a huge, huge job. But that doesn't mean that we don't want money. But we want money the right way, in a calm way, when it's deserving to us. Continue. Since the work is not limited to a job that involves particular actions and procedures, his livelihood is more secure than the alchemist. Additionally, he doesn't have to worry about the danger inherent in the job as the alchemist. As it says, he causes me to lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still water. Refers to Tehillim, a pusik that says that with a minna he guides me to some nice green grass, and besides me some nice water, which water is a form of substances, what a person needs to live. The third manner, there's going to be 10 different ways how the alchemist, how having betuchen is better than the best job. Eminent betuchen is the best ever. Trust really sets everything free. We need to remember that. Stress, getting into a constricted mindset, pain, suffering, victimhood, all that doesn't help us to elevate. The third manner is which a person who has betuchen is superior to alchemist. The alchemist is secretive toward others out of concern for himself, due to the fear that he is unable to confide in others to receive necessary advice in order to be successful. So he needs to be very secretive about his missions, about his work and everything he does, because he's afraid of competition, he's afraid of someone stealing his tools, he's afraid of, everybody wants, all these tools were like the most expensive thing you can get back then. Everyone needed tools to do anything. So he's always worried someone is going to steal his stuff. Actually, a person who trusts in God is not afraid telling anyone about his trust. Someone who trusts in God is not afraid to tell people that he trusts in God. He's extremely confident in it. On the contrary, he's about this as King David of Blessed Mary said, I trusted in God and I will not fear. What can man do to me? What could man do to me? Being afraid of other people, kissing up to people, thinking that someone can give you or take from you, all delusional. The fourth manner in which a person who has betuchenis appear to the alchemist must either prepare an abundance of gold and silver for a time when he will need it, or prepare just the right amount for the earned term. So he's talking about inventory. We have this in a lot of businesses nowadays. Person doesn't know, like, if I'm gonna have too much inventory, maybe I'm not gonna be able to get rid of it, and it's just gonna sit in my warehouse. Am I gonna get too little? Maybe I'll have a customer and I won't have the product for him. So it's a constant battle, and you gotta try to make the exact right decision. But by the way, even within running a business, you can have a mina which is going to smoothen out the process. It's not like no business I'm having a mina, just the opposite. The mina is in the business. Even though it's so quote-unquote maybe a hard business, God could provide. And maybe he won't provide you through your business. Maybe he's going to provide you some other way. Like, you really don't know. You got to keep all gates and all doors open. You never know from where and how blessing will arrive. Either way, the alchemist is constantly in a state of anxiety. If he prepares a lot, he will constantly be afraid that he will somehow lose the silver and gold that he has already produced. He will not be able to feel calm and relaxed due to the fear of the king who might take it away from him, and due to the fear of the people who might steal it from him. If, on the other hand, he only prepares enough gold and silver to last for a short amount of time, a situation might arise where he will not be able to produce more due to the lack of necessary materials at the time when he will be in great need of them. In both of the above scenarios, the alchemist is worried that he might be left penniless. Either he is afraid that whether silver and gold has amassed will be seized or stolen from him, or he is afraid that he will be potentially left with nothing as a result of the inability to produce more. Now the author contrasts with a person who relies on God. Conversely, a person who trusts in God strongly trusts that God will sustain him as he wishes, as the time he wishes, and in the place that he wishes, just how he sustains a fetus in the mother's womb and the chick in the egg, neither of which have an opening through which food can enter to sustain it. God provides each with sustenance even though there seems to be no natural source. Similarly, God provides sustenance for the bird in the air and the fish in the water, for both which lack early accessible food, and he provides for the ant despite its fragility. So God sustains a baby in the mother's womb, a chicken that's still in the egg. So he's just explaining how God can provide and God can sustain even though the human mind can't see how. Contrast this with the fact that sometimes even the lion, despite its strength, lacks sustenance, as it's written, young lions suffer want and are hungry, but those who seek the Lord do not lack any good. And as it says, the Lord will not starve the soul of the righteousness. We need to know it and believe it. The Lord God will not starve the soul of the righteousness. And as it says, I was young, I also aged, and I have not seen a righteous man forsake, and his children seeking bread. Those verses speak about how a person who trusts in God is taken care of and therefore has no reason to be fearful. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.